iron. You know, I've said it a lot of times in the past in my videos, the iron tones are the most important tone that you have. It's hard to really grasp that concept if you're a beginner, or even some you know, novice detectorists don't understand that whole concept, right? If you can't hear the iron tones on targets, on iron targets, you don't know if it's iron or not, right? Because all machines are gonna false. All VLF machines are gonna false on this iron. They're gonna give you high tones or high numbers, right? With the Equinox, you have in 50 tones. I'm gonna do a 50 tone test and a 5 tone test, and I'm gonna do the full tones hot program, stock hot program, right? No pushing buttons on the Deus. And I'll show you. The Equinox has -9 to 0 for the iron range. When you have your iron on, right? You get that iron tone. If you're in 5 tone, you get one single tone for the iron. You don't know if it's a big piece of iron, you don't know if it's a nail, you don't know if it's a small piece of iron. It's just kind of a guessing game if you're in 5 tone. If you're in 50 tone, you have actually 10 tones for the iron, or the iron mineral range. With the Deus, you have 64 tones of mineral. 64 to 75 tones of iron, right? That's why I say the iron range is much more important to hear on all metal detectors. Some metal detectors, you know, if you have your iron on, if you don't have a really wide range of iron, you're just gonna get a single tone. Like, I don't know if it's this, I don't know if it's this, I don't know if it's a nail, I don't know if how old the iron is, because I can tell with the Deus, I can tell how old the iron is because I have that mineral range too. A lot of this old iron has mineral particles around that iron in the soil, and I want to hear all that. You want to unlock the true potential on the Deus machine by having your iron on the full range, -6.4 discrimination. You know, I used it when I first started using the Deus for the first 4 months. I was really experimenting with the different programs, different tones. I would go into Deus Fast and, you know, change the tones, the tone breaks, and I would change the tones, you know, go into full tones, 5 tones, pitch tones. I did that with all the programs. Then after a few months, I started going back into the hot program, you know, and I really realized that the Deus hot program is really the setting that gets me the most goodies, because I can reject all that junk iron and dig up the better sounding iron. You know, like some of this stuff, you know, I want to be digging this stuff up, right? And that's a cool little spike there. You know, it's a handle for a trunk. You know, this stuff, not so much. But, and the bottle caps, right? The reason why I'm able to reject those bottle caps just like that, the second I swing over bottle cap, you watch my live dig videos, the second I swing over bottle cap, I know it's a bottle cap. All I have to do is swing over it, boom, one time, and I know it's a bottle cap, no matter how deep it is, right? And I can even tell if it's a bottle cap on its edge, right? Watch my live dig videos and I call them out, right? With the Equinox, you have a very small range of iron there. You only have 10 segments in that iron mineral range, and you can only unlock that true potential of the iron range, those 10 iron tones, if you're in 50 tone. But not all sites I can do 50 tones on the Equinox, because I get a lot of jumping, bumping, really erratic tones on it, right? It matters what frequency you're in, matters what mode you're in. But I'm gonna swing, actually, I'll show you this right here, right? The deal with the full tones it has a sliding range of everything, right? You get the mineral tones, you get the iron tones, you get the mid tones, you get the low tones, you get everything. It's all bunched up into kind of a, just makes one tone. And it's hard to explain how good the full tones is. Having that full tones, you can just reject all those nails, all that small iron on the surface. Because with the Equinox, I don't know if it's big iron, small iron, or I can tell when it's big iron, you know, large piece of iron deep down the ground most of the time. But I'll turn on the Deus here and I'll show you just a stock hot program. I'll go down to discrimination, right? I'm at -4 discrimination. This is the program that I use for most of my videos, just a stock hot program. And I will ground balance every once in a while if I'm in some really super hot soil. And I do change my frequencies a lot. That's one thing that I do. I do change my frequencies a lot on the Deus. You can get a lot more out of the ground if you're changing your frequencies. But -6.4 discrimination, watch, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64 to get down to 0. That's all the mineral range, right? The mineral range is just as important as the iron range. Now I'll go to the iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. And you can go all the way to 6.4, positive 6.4 discrimination. And even at positive 6.4 discrimination, you're still going to get some iron, some nails and stuff and whatnot. If you're in 5-tone, 4-tone, or 3-tone, you have to adjust all those tone breaks and those tones. In the full tones program, you don't have any adjustments to make, right? All the adjustments, everything is set up for you already. There's not really unlocking the potential of the Deus. All you have to do is to unlock the potential of the Deus is just put in a hot program, right? So you got 64 tones of mineral, 60, and each one of those points, you know, tenths of that BDI is a tone, right? So you're getting all that rich tones of iron and minerals. And I'll just show you here. Show you the stuff on the Equinox, right? Like I said, if you're in 5-tone, even on the Deus, you have to adjust that tone break, and that tone break has a lot to do with your discrimination, because if you are in 5-tone or 4-tone or 3-tone, you can't have that tone break too close to your discrimination, because you have to discriminate in a 3, 4, 5-tone program, right? With the Deus. And if you discriminate down too low, you're gonna be getting a mid-tone on those nails, right, on that iron. And all matters how you're managing your tones and stuff on the 3, 4, 5-tone. But I've just realized through over 1,000 hours on the Deus, the hot program just it's just a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer freaking program, right? No adjustments, very little adjustments you have to do. And literally I've doubled my recoveries just in having it in full tones hot program over my other programs that I've made for the Deus, right? That I've developed for the Deus. And I'll turn the Equinox on here. And if you're in 5-tone, park 1 here. And just start out in park 1. I'm in 50-tone. 5-tone, right? Listen to it. Nothing, right? I'm getting a little bit of falsing on that nail. But I'll turn my iron on. Listen to the iron, right? I'm getting one single tone, because you have 5 tones, right? That whole range from 0 to -9 is one tone, right? And you can set that tone to whatever your preference is, you know, the pitch of that tone. but you're only getting a single tone, so you don't get that range of iron, right? So I'll just bump it up over 50 tone here. Now I'm getting a couple different tones here, right? A couple different tones there, right? -2, right? Come over this hubcap, right? For a cap for a wheel bearing, right? That sounds freaking awesome, man. Look at that. I'm actually over the coil there. I'm gonna get some distorted tones because I'm over the coil here, right? I want to sweep it under the coil, right? My iron is on, right? That sounds freaking killer, man. Look at it. I can't hear any iron tones on that, right? I'm getting a little bit of iron tones on that because I'm in 50 tone, right? I'll actually go to 5 tone here, right? My iron's on. This sounds like a nail, right? I can't tell how big it is, right? Here's this trunk handle. Solid 8, right there, right? 3, 4, 8, 1. I'll turn it this way. I can tell a little bit. It's just giving me a little bit of iron tones there, right? But look at the numbers too, right? Is it a gold ring? No, that's iron, right? Now I'll sweep a bottle cap over it, right? Solid 8, right? My iron's on. I'll have to back it down a little bit here because it's getting a lot of EMI here. Sounds freaking awesome, man. Solid 8. Sounds like a gold ring, right? Unless you back out. Hard to hear because the traffic's going by, right? It's iron, right? Now I'll put it in 50 tone here, right? I'm getting a couple different tones there on it, right? A couple different iron tones on it, right? So the range of iron, you know, in 5 tone, you only have 1 tone for iron. So you don't know how big, you don't know what angle it is, you don't know how old the iron is. Full tones, Deus, right here. No pushing buttons, no managing anything, right? Just turn it on, number 9, stock hot program. No brainer program, right? Listen to the range of iron on it, right? Watch. I can tell what angle, I can tell how that's oriented in the ground, right? The orientation of this, how it's laying in the ground. And I know it's iron. And it sounds like a nail. It sounds like a big nail, right? Right? That's the true range of the Deus, right? I can tell that's something big, right? It's not going click, click, click on me, right? All these targets sound really different. All these targets, each one of these targets sounds different on the Deus. They sounded the same on the iron tones. I'm talking about the iron tones, right? Overload. So the only way that I can know that this is iron if I have my iron tones on, right? I'm getting an overload on it, right? Major overload. And I can swing over this fast. And this is just a stock program, right? I can swing over that fast and I'm not getting that solid, like, gold ring tone, right? This bottle cap, right? Watch. That's how I can tell right when I swing over a bottle cap. Instantly, instantaneously. I know when I'm swinging over a bottle cap, right? With other machines, it's harder to tell because you have to back out of your coil. But I can swing over it one time. Just, I know it's a bottle cap, right? Overload, right? Watch this. Major overload. And targets like that, I dig out, right? I dig those out because it sounds like something round. It doesn't sound like an odd shaped piece of big iron, right? Now watch this one, right? Watch. Major overload, right? I can hear that clicking. Listen to it. All it takes is a split second to I know that that's iron. I'm not having to rotate around my targets and rotate and then push my pinpoint button and lift my coil. You know, you spend a lot of time on those iron targets with other machines, not with the Deus. And if the Deus 2 has this same full tone program, it's going to be absolutely, it's going to knock the doors off of these sites that I've been hunting, right? Because I can't have the Deus on my shaft when it's pouring down rain. You know, I live in a really rainy environment, so, you know, it rains a majority of the year here. So, and having that full range of iron is super important. You know, some of my videos might be really noisy and there's a lot of chaotic tones, but the stuff that I skip up, right, I just know that it's junk, right? Just a split second of swinging over that fast, I know that it's junk. And the more you wiggle your coil and get it tighter and tighter, even with the Deus, it's going to be harder to realize that that's iron, right? If you swing over your targets faster, you get that iron tone. That iron tone really comes out clean. With other machines, you just don't get that range of iron as you're swinging over it really fast. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.